Welcome to the fourth episode of the Jaheim Cast podcast. I am your host, J-Host, and my co-host, Josh the Watch.
Hey y'all, Josh here. I'm wanted in 56 countries, and 4 territories in France, and Ohio. So our first guest for today's, first member now, is Nicholas Pang from China.
Sometimes you just have a really bad day.
And our second member, Ronik.
俺のチンチンは痛いんです。
Our local celebrity, as we know, he's our man of culture and fetishes, Jaheim White.
Oh guys, I'm burly because I'm black.
And finally, with us today is a special guest, and also his first time appearing on this podcast, Desmond Van Catchman.
Hi guys, I'm Desmond. I'm basically just the worst Jaheim.
And with that, we'll continue our topic from last time. A little about everything and a lot about nothing. 그래서 우리 시작해봐.
Ni hao and konnichiwa.
Oh, shut up.
Happy birthday, Jaheim White.
Happy birthday to you. 생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 나 진짜 네 사랑하는
Jaheim White.
생일 축하합니다.
Jaheim, are you finally 26, 27, 28, 29,
No,
30?
I am 18, but I'm the first person in the crew to turn 18.
Nice,
which
you're an
I'm
adult,
glad-
Jaheim. How does it feel?
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm the first adult of the crew, so it's pretty fun.
Wait,
First adult of the JP.
Wait, are you the first adult, or is Desmond the first adult?
No.
I am.
Jaheim's
Desmond
older than me.
lies.
Jaheim's older than me. I don't lie. Jaheim's older than me. That's just...
No, Desmond lies. I'm older than him.
Well, we can
Just
leave
like a
this debate for
paradox.
another time.
Yeah, but this is like a paradox.
Or not.
Anyways,
So Desmond, how are you? Are you excited to be on the podcast? It's your first time. Desmond?
Desmond,
Desmond
he's
Van
speaking
Catchman.
to you.
No, Desmond. What are
Desmond,
you
come
doing?
on.
I'm talking to you.
Desmond.
Talking
Come on,
to you, man.
Desmond, you just spoke. It's
Answer
fine.
the question,
Talking about me or
Desmond. He's
Oh, I'm
talking
talking
about
to
you,
Desmond.
Desmond.
Come on, Desmond.
Come on, Desmond, hurry up.
He's talking about Desmond. Like, genuinely, he's talking
Yeah,
to
we're
Are
talking
you
Desmond.
about
okay,
you.
Desmond?
Yeah,
Desmond,
Desmond,
you sound like
Desmond.
you're not doing too well.
I think you're having an identity crisis, Desmond. You're Desmond, man.
Wait, which
Who is Desmond?
Desmond.
Desmond,
Or
which
Desmond,
friend do you think he's talking about? He's
Desmond
talking
versus
about
school.
like the actual Desmond.
Desmond, what are you doing? Are you talking to Jaheim right now?
Well,
Desmond, if you need to take a break off the podcast, that's fine. We can do this
Yeah.
later. But I just
Yeah.
want to know how you're doing.
yeah, come on. This
on
is your first
on
time
your
on
first
day on the
I
cast.
just want to know how you feel, man. Just like, this is your
Yeah.
first time on the podcast. Just, how does it feel to be with us?
Yeah, Desmond, are you excited to be on the podcast?
We're
talk
talking to
about it all
you.
the time.
Don't try to reflect it
Come
back
on,
onto
Desmond.
Desmond.
Desmond,
Just
it's
respond.
fine.
Desmond.
Imagine we all are in your undies,
Wait,
right? Imagine
wait.
that. That might help you with your speaking.
Are you speaking to me? Are you speaking to Desmond?
No, we're speaking to you,
To
Desmond.
you, Desmond.
Desmond, come on, Desmond.
I'm Jaheim.
No, you're not.
No, you're
Jaheim.
No, you're not.
Jaheim.
Desmond.
You're not Jaheim. Jaheim's Jaheim. You're Desmond.
I won't be able to keep up with this.
Keep up with what?
My first day on the podcast, I feel blessed to be in the presence of someone as great as the celebrity known as Jaheim. The rest of the podcast goers are kind of losers. If I'm gonna be honest, they don't really compare to Jaheim. And this is all coming from me, Desmond Van Catcherman. These are my true feelings.
Oh well, I've heard that you've been excited to go on our cast for a long time. I heard that you're a very avid viewer, and it's not every day that an avid viewer of our podcast, gets to come on and be a guest. We have tens of thousands of viewers, but
I know, right?
we happen to be close to you, and you should be grateful, Desmond.
Just add a few zeros, remove some zeros to that number, and
Yeah.
Not the exact
Yeah.
number.
Divide by
Yeah,
1,000.
you know, it's like more or less.
More or less.
More or less some more, but happened.
Maybe
But
a little.
Desmond, how do you actually feel? Being on the podcast.
Yes, how
You
do you
haven't-
feel? Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for
come on,
asking a
Desmond.
question
Talking
to
to me or
yourself. Thank you
Jaheim?
for asking a question to yourself. How do you feel?
All right, okay.
Yeah, how do
Jaheim,
you
you're
feel,
speaking.
Desmond?
You're speaking a lot less than usual, Jaheim. What's going on, man? You
Uh,
you normally try to interject whenever you can. What's going on?
Yeah,
Jaheim?
I'm just being my stupid self.
Okay.
Jaheim,
Alright.
you don't need to beat yourself up so much.
We
It's your
know-
birthday, man. You gotta kick back, relax with your son, Desmond.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh yeah, hereby I agree on my son. So
So let's go into it. So Jaheim, what do you plan to do for your birthday?
I'd probably just watch Naruto and
What do you mean? I
Those
don't
sound like
watch
typical
Naruto.
Jaheim things.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
watching
I'm not-
Naruto.
and get
Classic
arguments
Jaheim.
Nick and stuff.
I-
Go on Twitter.
Oh yes,
I
Twitter.
don't-
Twitter's an
Classic
amazing
Jaheim.
place to celebrate your birthday
Yeah.
on. You get
Is that what
you
you
get
think?
nice balloons.
Yeah.
Classic
Alright, well,
Jaheim.
I hope you enjoyed
Never
that. You know,
change.
it really sucks that we're in the middle of this pandemic, so you can't hang out with us on your birthday.
Yeah,
It is
that's pretty
unfortunate.
sad, but I'm glad I can't see Desmond, so yeah, that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
your beloved
Jaheim.
son.
I thought
Yeah.
that was your son. No,
In a
Jaheim
way-
disowned.
In a
Jaheim
way,
disowned me years ago.
in a way, because you went out to get milk, you never came back.
So how does it feel to be away from your son, Jaheim? Like, do you want to feel his warmth again? You want to feel his
Do I
hugs?
feel what?
What do
How do
you?
you-
What do you
His-
think
his
our
warmth.
relationship for? His warmth? What do you mean?
Come on, I
Jaheim,
see you guys hugging naked every single day.
What?
he's my dad, not my stepdad. Rajiv.
Not your uncle.
No, he's not my uncle.
Yeah, I'm not Desmond's
But
uncle.
if I had to take a guess, I think Jaheim's gonna spend his birthday by doing what he normally does. Watching One Piece and jerking.
Being a
watching
terrible
One
human
Piece
being.
and-
That's what I think Jaheim will spend his birthday doing.
Whoa,
No,
Nick.
I'm
As
watching
he
Naruto.
spends every day doing, because it's Jaheim.
Whoa,
I've actually
Nick.
rewatched
Moving
Naruto
on
like 50
to the
times.
next topic of
I
discussion.
know you're having a bad day, Nick, but you don't need to go out and
Well,
do it.
Jaheim, guess what? I am not having a bad day, and if I was having a bad day, you would know it because I would be.
Hey, that was Desmond fucking
careful
shit.
now.
You'd be heading to the
Some people in a video game. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard the spas are really nice
Cool
this
down,
time of
you
year.
know,
This
yeah.
time of year.
Yeah, you could go get a massage if you're having. That's kind of.
Okay,
fucked
wait,
up.
no, I just realized
That's a little
I shouldn't be
morbid.
making that joke of all things.
That's kind of morbid.
So
It's like-
Okay.
Especially,
Okay.
I really shouldn't say that, especially after what happened.
I know it's a little early to be making promises so early on in the episode, but I think episode 5 of the Jaheim cast, the next episode, we should release the Jaheim cast podcast Snyder cut.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. And none of us
Yeah.
have seen it yet. I'm kind of currently pirating it. I'm sorry, Zack Snyder. I know. I'm very
Isn't it
sorry.
like 4
I know-
hours long? Who has time for long?
Yes,
Yeah.
so
4
what?
hours.
Whoever
It's
has
4
enough
hours.
time to watch Endgame, probably.
From what
Yeah.
I've heard from the most trusted movie review source, critical, most critical.
Where is that? Your
Voice
ass.
critical?
Okay.
Yeah.
Most critical,
Never mind,
that's
the most
pretty
good,
trusted
actually.
movie review source. He says that it's really good. He ate his words. He thought it was going to be garbage. Turned out to
I've
be
actually
good.
heard
I mean-
similar things. Do you guys think we should watch it together sometime?
I'd be down.
Yeah, we
Uh,
should.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's
You know
4
what?
hours.
I-
I wouldn't mind though.
I would, I'd watch it with you guys. Although it's 4 hours, and I don't give a shit about the Justice League, so maybe I won't.
Alright.
Okay,
That's
so
Ironic,
that's okay.
Justice League has black cyborg people.
Oh well, then I guess I have to. You're right.
The
There's no
Justice League has the Flash with crazy hand movements.
The Flash is just worse Quicksilver.
Shut up.
Am I wrong?
Quicksilver
Wow,
wasn't
imagine being
made
a
into a
Marvel
Ralph
fanboy.
Boner.
That is kind of cringe.
I'll be honest with you, I would have thought you'd have seen it by now.
Desmond's a
No,
Marvel fan.
it took me forever to find a good quality pirate of it.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah.
Wait, where did
Did
it even release? Where
did you
did it
say-
release? When-
HBO Max.
Oh, wait, do I have that?
did-
Piracy
did-
websites, that's where it's been released, guys.
Did
Wait, I
someone
think I have
say
HBO.
Flash?
Because I'm
I
not
don't know
paying
if
for
I-
fucking HBO Max. Like, what even is HBO, guys? I've never even heard of that site.
You've never
It's,
heard of
uh,
HBO?
Hot
It's
body.
where-
No, I literally have never heard of HBO. What even
it's
is
where all
that?
the cool movies are. Like
That
Justice
Boobies
League.
organization.
Wait,
That's what HBO is.
But wait,
I want to go there. Just kidding, I live there.
Okay. So, anyways, a person who kind of got invested in Snyder Cut because I was like, haha, it's gonna be super bad. Yeah, from what I've heard, people are enjoying it. And damn,
You know,
either
all
Justice
I care
League,
about.
either Justice League was super bad and I've forgotten it, or Zack Snyder became a good director/writer. I don't know, because after Batman v Superman, I didn't want him to touch DC anymore.
Justice League
Maybe
Did Zack
it turns
Snyder
out that
direct
Zack
Batman
Snyder
vs
was
Superman?
actually a good director, and people are just stupid because they forgot that he made a bunch of good movies.
Like
Well, he made
300.
some shitty ones, you mean?
Yeah.
All that matters
300
is
was
that
lit. I feel like we've talked about
300.
this before on the podcast.
Yeah.
did
No,
we?
no, 300
No, we
was a
didn't.
pretty good
mention
movie.
300.
300 was a pretty good movie. Like.
Well, all right. So what I've heard about the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League is just that. Well, yeah, I watched Moist Critical's review
Sounds
of
like
it.
a fucking cheat move.
What?
Imagine listening to other people's opinions.
Imagine
Fair enough, I
playing
suppose.
Fortnite.
But like, yeah, I don't know. What I heard. I mean, I didn't just look at his. I looked at some comments on like a different thing. But yeah, I've heard that it's decent. It's getting good reception. But that part of it people are acknowledging is because the precedent was so low.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
the Justice League was so low. The bar was so low. Like, I still can't believe it.
Have you guys seen the Justice League? The
The
original?
Justice
Yes,
League.
I have.
Yes, I have.
And I regret it. I want my 2 hours back.
Me too.
Jaheim, what did you think of it?
It was probably actually the best movie I've ever seen.
Oh wow, I'm surprised you liked it.
Wow.
You
That does
like the
kind of line
Justice
up with
League?
your taste, though.
I'm gonna murder you.
Wow, actually, Jaheim,
Yes,
hearing you
it-
say that makes
that-
me want to not watch it.
You
Gotta be
can know
honest.
Jaheim White for the guy who likes the League.
yes, the guy who loved Justice League.
That's not what Jaheim White would like to be known as. I don't think so.
Well, how do you know this?
Right? You're not Jaheim.
Desmond, how would you know?
Because
It doesn't-
I'm his son, and I can.
Oh,
can
that's
feel
true,
who
yeah.
I-
That is true.
Well, but I'm me. I'm Jaheim.
I don't think so, man. I really don't.
Desmond, why don't you go to your room?
You, shut up! I'm in my room right now. You don't even know.
Guys,
where
guys,
I
don't
am.
do this on the air, guys.
Guys.
Oh,
We
I'm
all
sorry.
know Desmond is Mephisto. Because Desmond has an M in his name.
Oh my god,
He's
it's
Mephisto.
confirmed? Desmond, are you gonna
Yeah.
be in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Is the surprise twist villain Mephisto?
Wait,
oh my
are
god.
we done talking about the Snyder Cut? I guess so.
Yeah,
I
okay,
hate-
so
I mean,
none of us will watch
none of
it.
us have seen it, dude. So it's like hard to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
I
right,
watched
yeah.
like the first 25 minutes.
Come back next
that's
time
like-
and
Desmond
talk
is
about the
Mephisto-
Zack
Mephisto
Snyder cut after we
confirmed.
watched it
Yeah.
Yeah.
for episode 5.
Desmond Catcherman.
So, guys,
despise
yeah.
Marvel movies.
Nick, you have a C in your name, and Mephisto has a C in his name. Are you Mephisto?
Wow,
are we
I
all-
just might be. You're onto something, I think.
Who's Mephisto? Is he?
What?
Guys,
Are we all
guys,
Mephisto?
can I tell you something? I was
Oh,
born in
sure.
2003, okay?
Holy
2003? 3 multiplied by 2 is 6? You know what else is 6? A hexagon. A hexagon has 2 sides. Oh my god, am I Mephisto confirmed?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh god
What?
damn.
Insane.
Ronick, you're on fire. Are you Mephisto?
Oh my
Oh, no,
god.
on fire!
Guys, are we all Mephisto?
Shut up.
Jaheim,
Maybe
you
the
are
real
black.
Mephisto
Are
was
you
the friends we
Mephisto?
made
Oh,
along
shit,
the
no.
way.
Friends?
Does somebody want to explain what Mephisto is?
Yeah, I have
Oh
no
my-
idea what
Okay,
Mephisto.
okay.
Wait, do you actually have no idea
Mephisto?
what we're talking about?
You
Did
guys have no
watch
idea what
WandaVision?
Mephisto is?
Oh,
You're
right.
You're
Oh,
You guys
Mephisto.
speaking
That sounds like
about
something
Wanda-
that Mephisto would say, guys.
Wait, no. If you guys are
That's only
speaking about
something Mephisto would say.
WandaVision,
Oh, WandaVision.
you guys
is promising
speaking about
that.
WandaVision, I Desmond Van Catcherman, despise WandaVision with a passion. I hate
Have you
it.
seen it? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ralph
I
Boner.
was hoping we could get to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's take our time here. Desmond, you wanna explain?
Desmond.
It is.
I don't think
Desmond.
Jaheim has actually watched WandaVision yet, so I think Desmond has to talk
No,
about it.
actually, I've seen 10 seconds of the first episode. Thank
Oh,
you
wow.
very much.
For those who don't know, I mean, I assume most people will know because it's pretty prevalent these days. But it's the Disney Plus Marvel show about, well, you'd guessed
Wanda
it,
and Vision.
Wanda and Vision.
Wait, really?
They're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with these TV show names.
Wait, was it?
Next thing you're gonna tell me, there's gonna be a Loki show named Loki, and like a
Yeah,
Winter Soldier
no
and
way.
Falcon one named Falcon.
Falcon
And the
Winter
Winter Soldier.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought
Guys, you know what they're
WandaVision was-
naming the Hawkeye show? You want to
What?
guess?
Hawkeye.
Oh
No,
my god.
wait, Hawkeye?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
Terrible naming.
what are
Dang,
they naming
creative.
the?
Guys, you know they're naming the Black Widow movie Black Widow.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
man.
god. Guys,
Wait,
you
guys,
know
guys,
that-
guys! What's
I'm surprised that-
what's Black Iron Man's name again? Like his
Rhodey?
name? Well, I actually forgot. I
War
literally
Machine?
don't remember.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah,
Black
Rhodey. Don Cheadle?
Yeah, Don
Rhodey?
Cheadle. What is
Yeah.
Don Cheadle's superhero name? Because like I know that they named
War
his
Machine.
show like
War
separate
Machine.
from his. Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
named
it's
his
War
show Armor Wars. Which is
Wait,
pretty
hold
funny.
on. Are they all
Okay,
getting?
no.
Are they all getting TV shows?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think most of the
okay,
side heroes
okay.
are. Yeah.
God damn it!
Side heroes
I don't
are-
wanna watch
okay,
that
so-
many.
Armor Wars is it's not it's a TV show, but it's not gonna just focus on Rhodey. It's gonna focus on who's gonna take him on the Iron Man mantle because it's based off the comic book of Armor Wars, where Iron Man dies.
Spider-Man. I feel like that's what they were setting up.
no, so Armor Wars is basically Iron Man dies, then people start fighting over who becomes the next Iron Man, and Rhodey is the main character. Yeah, and in in the comics, Iron Man dies, finds out he's adopted, becomes a robot, then AI, fights for AI supremacy, then becomes human, then loses all of his money. Holy shit! It was such a convoluted comic book.
No,
Oh my god!
You know,
And then they reset everything, and now it's Tony Stark's consciousness in a clone body, and his brother is in this Iron Lung, and he's also Iron Man. He's also Iron Man. There's so many Iron Men. Are we all Iron Man?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think-
well,
the real Iron Man
Well,
was
I
the
mean,
friends
can
we
we
made along the
take
way.
it back a notch for a second?
yeah. Wait,
So,
no,
well-
the only Marvel comic I've read though is it's Squirrel Girl, the best
Hell
Marvel
yeah.
comic.
Wait, no.
Hell yeah!
Kind of
I
cringe.
haven't even read it, I just know about it, and you know what? I don't want to read any other comic.
You know what? The only Marvel comic I've read is actually a really good one. It was Thor, God of Thunder, featuring Gore the Godslayer. Like that was actually a
Oh my
banger.
god!
I don't know if anyone else read that.
That's a banger.
I
It's a
don't read
banger.
comics. I'm sorry, I'm not a
Too
nerd.
bad.
Oh yeah, you don't read it all, do you,
Yeah.
Ronak?
Yeah, Ronak
Yeah,
is
you-
he's illiterate.
Imagine reading, right?
Yeah, I'm illiterate, and I'm proud of that. I'm not going to let anybody tell me differently. That's the way I want to live.
Well, at least you
Okay,
can't read
man.
it differently. At least you can't read it if they say.
You're right. Anyway,
Yeah, I secretly write super degrading letters to Ronak, and he can't read them.
anyway,
you just okay. Anyways,
WandaVision.
thing-
Let's talk about
yeah,
that
okay, so-
briefly. Who's
okay,
seen
so-
it here?
okay,
I have.
I've seen it. I have.
You've seen it? All right, I have.
Okay.
Jaheim, have you?
Yeah.
All right. Isaac?
No, I actually haven't though. Planning on watching it either this
Okay,
week or next
Isaac,
week.
you might.
And I know
Isaac, you
Nick
might
has
want to
seen it.
mute yourself. I hope you just deafen us because we're about to go into some spoiler territory.
Well, no,
Spoilers
that
for
doesn't
one.
really... Well, anyway. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't need to spoil anything. I just want to
Yeah,
talk about like
but-
my overall thoughts on the show. So, you want to go first, Raji? What you thought about it?
Okay, I like the show. I like the finale. It was a pretty good finale. You know, I hated was Ralph Boner. You know what?
Don't tell him who that is.
Yeah, I won't tell who it is. But you know what? Looking at it, you know what? I'm fine with it. You know what I hated? Nothing about the show. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good show. You know what I hated was the community because they would be like, he's Mephisto. No, he's Mephisto. No, she's Mephisto. Mephisto everywhere. You know?
Right. And you want to explain who Mephisto is?
Mephisto is basically the devil in Marvel.
Oh, okay.
I like
So-
I like how they're setting up Wanda for next phase, and they also like solve the vision problem. It's gonna be really cool to see her in Doctor Strange.
All right. Jaheim, you wanna tell me what you thought about it?
Well, I basically had the same. I liked the show. It was a good show.
That I should talk about. My weekly reminder that I like the stock. Everyone buy GME. We're going back to the moon, baby. That's right.
Nick,
$200
shut up.
already. Let's fucking
Nick, just
go.
quiet.
So Nick, you also saw WandaVision. Any thoughts you want to talk about?
Yeah, it was pretty good until it stopped being good, and that's all.
Well, that's what I wanted to say as well. Because yeah, I thought the first half, the tension was constantly building. I feel bad for people that don't know, but it's just like you can imagine how a TV show works. The tension kept building in the first half, and then the ending was so disappointing. I didn't like most of the twists. I thought the villains were like paper; they were so bad, and and some of the resolutions, they just, I don't know. The writing felt very amateurish. Rather, I should say, a major character. They basically the moral of the story is lost along the way.
Yeah. I mean, like I was hoping for more of a dramatic effect on what her actions did, but she kind of just like walked away.
Okay, well that is spoilers. We said we weren't going to be spoiling anything. That is actually spoilers.
Don't forget that
spoilers.
we can't spoil for people who haven't seen it, other than me.
I know, dang it. Yeah, but all I can say without spoiling the show is I like the show. It was okay.
What would you give it? I don't typically like. I don't know. I don't love like percent scores, but like out of 10, what's your impression of it?
8 out of 10.
8. All right.
We're generous.
Jaheim?
I give it a solid 8.5.
All right, Nick.
Honestly, for me, the ending kind of dropped it to like a 7.
Really? I was going to give it a 5 or 6.
Damn, that's really low. I don't know. I feel like the first bit was quality.
I'm not even a fan of sitcoms, though. It had a big thing of trying to be like sitcoms, and I admire it for what it did, but I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, I actually really like that part. So
I thought the series was enjoyable enough, but I feel like the ending hurt it enough for me that I'd probably give it
definitely.
I'd probably give it a 6 or 7.
Yeah,
because it was still entertaining. But now, just yesterday, the first episode of the creatively named Falcon Winter Soldier, starring Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It's the Falcon
Wait,
and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, we have.
My dad's a big Disney and Marvel fan, so he gets me to watch all that stuff when it comes out with him. So
I think I might wait for it to all drop so I can binge it.
I saw the first
like that
episode
show more
yesterday.
than WandaVision.
Yeah, me too. Actually, Jaheim. Are you the only other one here who's seen that one besides me?
No, I have, because my photography teacher is a Chad, and he puts on Marvel stuff.
I didn't know you had a photography class. That's cool.
Yeah, I take photos. I got bitten by a spider.
Nice. Is that part of photography?
I don't know.
Did you become a Spider-Man?
I don't know, man. Like I keep doing stuff. All I can do is spread a white liquid from the other parts.
Okay, that's enough about that. Wajid, you want to?
Why?
You want to go into your thoughts on? I guess we can all just talk about Falcon.
Okay, so first episode, a nice way to introduce what's happening with Samuel. It's Samuels.
Just say Sam and Bucky. You can just say Sam and Bucky, man.
No, I'm gonna pronounce their full names Jiho-Yi. So Sam Wilson
You didn't
and
pronounce my last
Bucky
name
Barnes.
correctly.
So Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. I like how they
James
introduced
Barnes,
them.
technically.
Fine. I like.
Hey, you wanted to say the
first episode establishes where Sam Wilson and James Bucky Barnes is.
No, it's
James
James
Barnes.
Buchanan. Yeah, Buchanan Barnes. Get it right, please.
God damn it.
Wait, that's
Get it right,
actually his
Waz.
name?
Come on.
Or continue on.
So I like the first episode because like I hate when Marvel does big fights.
Hey, remember, it's not Marvel, it's Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
God.
Right.
Okay,
Wait, is
I
there a
don't like.
difference?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Marvel is the comic publisher. Marvel Studios is the.
So start again from the top, Wishi. Tell us your thoughts.
Okay, so I like how the first episode kind of chill and not shows, but like kind of establishes first base and like who you're gonna fight, and who they're gonna fight, and what their problems are, and they're kind of more realistic than WandaVision.
Well, yeah, like
they're just a guy flying.
Like
a guy with a metal arm who's
I like how Bucky has to go through his Winter Soldier, has to like, is it a relapse? But like has to endure his Winter Soldier stuff he did in when he was a Winter Soldier. Yeah, like he has to like make amends for what he did when he was a Winter Soldier and how the snap has affected people. Like you finally get to see that.
Yeah. I was very hesitant going in to this one because the trailers were not. They did not inspire confidence in me. Some of the
Yeah.
jokes felt pretty pretty basic, I guess, pretty quippy. But the first episode was actually like pretty amazing, I think. Well, I guess I shouldn't say amazing. It was quite great though, I think, as a start. Because they had one quick action scene right at the beginning, just to
Yeah.
satiate the Marvel fans. But then the rest of the entire 50-minute episode was just it was just character stuff, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that, and it was quite entertaining. I don't know. WandaVision started strong as well. I wouldn't even say it started quite as strong as this one. I think this one starts way stronger. But WandaVision took a turn down, and I think most people would agree with that.
Honestly,
I think-
I feel like I'm not that worried because this show doesn't feel like it'll have the same like narrative genre whiplash that WandaVision did.
Or the writers,
Yeah.
the writers won't like.
I mean, I think it'll
stumbling.
like, stay consistent in its like theming.
I think
Right.
Marvel definitely like exceeds in like their action and like storytelling in that aspect of it. But it's like when they try to go more emotional or like deep, it feels like it kind of like they're
Yeah,
trying
it
to
feels
reach out
very
too much.
cliche and like
Yeah.
not at all subtle.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I think they
I mean-
like, especially with like Civil War, I think that was done really well. Like, at least like in terms of just the emotion. Like,
Yeah,
in
but
terms
that's
raw
kind of
emotion.
because
Yeah.
those characters had like a lot of films.
Lots of
them set
history
up so you
too.
actually got
But
it.
it's like
Yeah.
it's nice to see like both. If you think about it, both Bucky and Sam. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say the full names. I'm sorry, Woogie, but it's like both of them. We've seen a lot of their characters already, but they're like always the side characters. They were never the main focus.
Yeah.
So being able to have the opportunity to see, like them in the main spotlight now, it's like interesting because like it's basically their characters again, except now we're seeing it in more detail.
Right, and I never cared about like The Winter Soldier is probably my favorite MCU movie. I don't think that's a
Yeah, that's pretty
controversial
fucking good.
opinion.
No, those generally.
That's not a controversial. It's pretty good.
But Falcon, I thought he was good in that movie, but I haven't cared about him in any other Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the what's it sorry, it's the what's the guy's name again? War Machine dilemma, where it's like, sure he was very like he was sort of relevant in like the second Iron Man movie, I guess. But
Yeah.
like after that, it just
yeah.
felt it's like he exists, he's there. Like it's like you
Yeah.
really see that in all Age of Ultron. He appears in the final scene, but like he doesn't really contribute. He wasn't really there for like the
Yeah.
big finale, the big showdown.
No,
was
that's a
just
great
like that.
comparison,
Yeah.
Jiho. That's a great comparison
It-
because they're both
yeah.
flying men that use guns and they're black.
Oh, the
Oh my god.
Wow, that's a really
Wow,
fascinating
wow.
parallel that I never thought I'd
No,
see.
I think the
I wholly
problem
agree.
the problem with Falcon is like what I didn't feel like the Falcon would have worked as a TV show is because the Falcon is kind of like Rob. Like if I had to compare to DC, right? You know how you have Batman, right? Then you have Robin. You have this amazing history and mythos with Batman, but Robin is just Robin. But with the
Wait,
Falcon,
that's like
it feels.
BS though. Robin has some really cool storylines.
Oh yeah, the Robin has some cool storylines, but like the Falcon feels like Robin when he was first introduced.
Well,
I don't know. I like his.
Right.
Well, that's kind of the point of this, isn't it? To establish his
Yeah.
character.
So I'm kind of finding happy that they gave him like Falcon some good establishment and some good character motivation instead of just making him action man.
okay, well, so the first episode is structured like the first scene is like a somewhat long action scene featuring Falcon, and then the rest of the episode switches back and forth between the perspectives of Will. No, his name is Sam. Never mind. Sam and Bucky
Will Zappelli.
as they're living their lives and dealing with like the repercussions of being Avengers. There's like
Will's
one
last name
action
is
scene
Wilson,
like
is that why
kind
I
of
said Will?
near the end. Yeah, that is why I said that. But I personally, maybe it's because I'm biased towards Bucky, but I found his perspective during that episode more interesting.
Yeah, I love
but
that one.
but in general, I'm excited to see where it goes, and I really hope that it doesn't just become mindless action.
I'm James Bucky Barnes, and I'm making amends for another Winter Soldier. I'm making amends for my actions as Winter Soldier. What was that line? Funny line.
I'm no longer the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
and you are part
I'm
of
making
my
amends.
helping to make amends and the
Yeah.
smile thing.
Yeah, I really hope that they dive deep into both of these characters instead of just like on the trailers. All it looks like is punch the bad guy.
Punch bad guy.
Yeah, and but I want to say this, Marvel fans, please don't get your hopes up. Like, I think
Oh,
the
is there
thing
any
is,
confirmation on who the villain is going to be? By the way.
That was going to
Um,
be
Zemo?
Zemo from Civil War.
Oh,
well,
interesting.
there are going to be two villains: the U.S. agent and Baron Zemo.
Oh, is that
USA.
US agent thing confirmed? That's interesting.
Yeah,
Because U.S. agent is the bad guy in the comics, so I think we can figure that one out.
he's the guy who gets the shield.
Oh, is it like
Yeah.
a storyline in the comics?
Yeah, it's a storyline. Captain
That's
America fights back for it. Then he gets assassinated. No problem. And oh god, my throat, it's dying. But yeah, those are the two bad guys. I just hope they don't go and just say punch bad guy. And Marvel fans, please don't get your hopes up. They're not going to do something. They're not going to reveal something big in a TV show. It makes sense. They're going to keep on a. They're going to go on a smaller screen. They're going to have a smaller scale.
So Disney Plus, my dad's a big fan of Disney and Marvel, but I'm trying to convince him that when the Black Widow movie comes out, I want him to pirate it with me. Because I really hate, and we talked about this before, I really hate the idea of Disney charging money for a streaming service and then charging money on top of the streaming service to watch a movie.
I know
Yeah.
that's so stupid.
It is.
It's
It
just-
is really scummy.
It's so horrible. And so I'm really trying to convince my that we should pirate it instead. I don't know if he'll end up listening.
Honestly, I
but
think you should pirate every single one of
What
Disney's
has he
movies.
said?
They don't really deserve the money.
what has he said? He kind of just chuckled at me. But
Well, because pirating is a bit of a hassle.
well, no, he's used
Yeah,
to pirating
pirating-
stuff.
Is it?
It
I spent
can be,
4 hours
especially
looking
for
for
new
just.
movies.
But
I spent 4 hours looking for Zack Snyder's Justice League.
man,
I must spend
you
4
know,
hours watching.
I like watching shows and movies with my dad and all, and my brother. But when WandaVision was over, I was kind of like, oh, okay, now I can, now I don't have to watch to think about the MCU every Friday. Not that I mind that, but it's just kind of like
Did you know they're releasing
Uh,
something
every
every single
single
day for
week.
the next
having a
single
routine.
week.
Yeah.
Having a routine, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay,
Having a
sorry.
routine show is fun and all, like Mandalorian. Mandalorian happened like once,
This is the
and
way.
then happened again like a
Baby
year
Yoda.
later. That was good. I like that. I don't like to have TV commitments, and the MCU is good. I like to every few months get sucked into the movies and watch a few of them, but I don't need every single week of my life from now until forever having a Marvel movie in it.
I'm sorry, Ronak, but the mouse has decreed it. There is no escape.
Yeah. You know what? You know why you don't like MCU? Because
Why don't I like MCU?
You watch anime, you weeb.
That's quite an allegation.
You watch anime, you
I have
weeb.
Whoa,
watching
you
anime.
can't just
You
call you can't just say
No,
people
wait.
watch
Without
anime like
subs.
that. That's a little.
No, we can
Gee,
talk about
without
that, but I
subs.
want to finish talking about Disney.
It's not a weeb.
That's me, Mickey Mouse.
If Runuk's a weeb, I don't know what that makes me.
A Korea boo.
Korea boo.
I swear to God, I'll murder
Wait,
both of
how
you.
That's
can
like
he
the
be a
least
Korea
interest-
boo if he's literally?
He's
Yoo-ho is
Korean.
my oppa.
I swear I will murder
I'm
you
pretty sure-
slowly and painfully.
I would love
God
that
damn.
with your soft hands.
Oh
This
boy,
is
I
the first
will enjoy
time
it.
Did I just
Isaac
hear
has
that come
threatened
out
to
of
kill
Lodge's mouth?
If J-
Don't worry about it.
So okay, what we just had WandaVision
Disney.
for like
Yeah.
a month. Now we're having Winter Soldier Falcon for a month. What's next?
Loki,
Okay,
Hawkeye,
Loki's a neat
then-
character, I guess. Is he?
Actually,
All right, Loki, then Hawkeye, then what?
Spider-Man.
There's a Spider-Man show.
No.
No, sorry, TV movie.
Movie, right.
Spider-Man movie. Hopefully,
Oh.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield show up.
I
And
thought-
I-
Right,
yeah,
but
that's
Black
right.
Widow's
Soon.
Black Widow's presumably coming out before that.
That was May. Or no, that's the
Do we
first.
really
Oh,
care
oh
about-
wait, isn't Shang-Chi coming out after that too?
But yeah, there's so
So
many
he moves
movies
Black
coming out.
Widow and then Eternals. And
I don't mind there being a lot of
Wait,
Marvel
I thought
movies.
Shang-Chi was really soon.
When is Shang-Chi? Nope, that's not even spelled Shang-Chi.
I remember because my parents want to watch Shang-Chi with me because there's like some really hot Chinese actor apparently.
July
Nick, I
9th,
didn't know you were in that.
2021.
Oh,
Oh, thanks, Ronik.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not
So it's
Chinese
coming
though.
this
I'm
year.
Korean. Don't forget.
Should
Oh,
we adopt
right.
him as one of our own?
Mm,
Oh yeah.
oh, you
So
did?
yes. Yes. Yeah. July 9th,
I get a
2021.
privilege that every single K-pop fan dreams of. Okay.
Oh,
Guys,
nice.
And
The
I'm
pers-
cursed with that.
the prospect of having to watch Disney shows for the rest of my life is not appealing. And now,
Yeah.
I
Same.
could just tell my dad. I could just tell him, no, I don't want to watch it anymore. But, like, I don't know. I enjoy the MCU well enough. Not as
But
much
there's
as a
some.
lot of people, but I passively enjoy it.
There's something called too much MCU, and I kind of feel it too. You know, like there's too
Yeah.
much MCU.
But you know what there's
Oh
never too
boy.
much of?
I mean, I think
These
you could probably
nuts.
skip the.
These nuts.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
leaving
you
the
probably
podcast
like.
right now, Ronik. Goodbye.
I think you
Well,
probably
no,
skip the TV shows. You can probably skip the TV shows because they're not that important. You probably just ask what summary on what's happening with the characters.
I don't know. If we get
Because-
another WandaVision, like, ending, then I might. But, anyway, you know what? You know what isn't in short supply?
Anime. Yeah,
I
Anime.
swear, Ronik,
yeah.
you're on thin ice.
Anime.
You know,
I'm biting my
These-
tongue
Alright, I'll
right now,
start.
just in case.
I'm starting. You know what? I've been watching a lot of anime.
No, wait, but
recently.
first I have to say, Ronik is the least weeby person here.
No, he's a weeb.
Desmond.
No, he's not. He's
Desmond.
My
really-
intro was in Japanese.
Or no, Desmond's here too, man.
No,
You're here. You're here, man. You're here.
Desmond.
I'm not a weeb.
Wait. Desmond watches anime.
Not
He's
not
caught
not,
up in Attack.
not to diss you, but like I think out of all of us, you've watched the least, and you've
I
probably watched the
disagree.
least obscure.
All right, guys, to start this off, let's make a
Ronik-
weeb. Let's make a weeb tier list right now.
Oh shit!
Alright,
we
let's
can't
make
do that.
I think
It's
me and
weird.
Isaac are like the top.
No, I think I'm
number
pretty
one-
up there.
No,
I
you're
think
not,
number one
Desmond.
has to be Isaac definitively, regardless of like
Yeah.
Jaheim and Nick, because Isaac watches every anime that comes out.
I do
Yeah.
We
too.
read so much manga. It's actually insane.
I read tons of manga. I
Jaheim,
read
you
500
only
chapters.
You only read
Desmond.
H manga.
No, I don't. You guys are. Listen, I don't know why
Desmond.
I'm defending myself as a weeb so much, but like I read a lot of manga.
All right, so let's make
Congratulations,
this.
you really are that much of a subject.
So Jaheim, you really think
You
you're
must be really
contender,
proud.
a contender for tier number one or S tier of this tier? list?
No, Isaac's way more of a weeb than me.
Okay, Isaac's S tier. Nick, Jaheim, who's higher?
Huh?
We're both A tier, but I'm ahead of him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, buddy.
All right, because your letter in your name comes before.
You're literally
Yeah.
black, so all you watch is shonen. That's a confirmed fact.
I don't watch show.
Dude,
I watch
isn't
shonen.
it so
No.
weird how many black people like love Naruto or Dragon Ball?
No, because they grew up
This
with
is
that.
Chad.
Nick,
They
isn't it
watch-
so weird how
Chad.
so many pedophiles love Moe?
Oh, okay.
Isn't it so weird?
I don't.
No, that was a
I
meme
don't
I
know
saw, I'm
where
kidding.
to- That path at all. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
I mean, guys.
So,
So, yeah.
alright, A
Okay, so
tier-
let's hear.
A tier is Jaheim and Nick.
Mhm.
B tier is
Uh,
you. I'm F
D
tier.
tier is me.
I don't think so.
No, I'm
Ronik-
definitely above Desmond.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
sure?
above Desmond.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think so.
Desmond watched. Like,
I mean, the
Ronik,
fact
you,
that I-
Desmond, why do you keep referring to yourself in third person?
Also
shut up,
conceited.
Desmond. No, I'm trying to defend. No, I'm pretty sure Desmond watches and reads Attack on Titan. He watches. So
I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
you
I don't
do.
know.
Okay,
I think
I'll officially say this.
Ronik,
Attack on Titan, I don't want to say it's Wii material anymore just because of how mainstream it became. That
It's like
literally
saying One
Punch
everyone
Man,
who
right?
mentions, if you mention Attack on Titan to someone, they will probably know at least what it is.
yeah, but Desmond was into it before it became mainstream.
Well, no,
You're
that's not
Desmond,
true at
Desmond.
all. That's not true.
Oh, isn't?
No, he got into it after it became mainstream. But also, like,
What? It was mainstream.
no,
since
so
it
did
was
I for that
released.
matter. But no,
Since-
like, Isaac,
but
I
I
would agree
mean-
with you. Attack on Titan is definitely, like, it's incredibly mainstream, almost to the point that, yeah, you can't call it weeby. But
Yeah.
that's just the first season and maybe the second season.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is
If
true.
you watch 3 and 4, then you're probably more.
That's
and
true. If you read the
Desmond-
manga, then you're probably a little
yeah.
bit more.
Desmond reads the manga.
Yeah, the
Right.
manga's good.
Desmond lives the manga.
Desmond
He
lives.
is
it.
the
He
Desmond
wears-
is the manga.
Desmond
Heaven's
wears
Door!
his Attack on Titan shirt everywhere. But
Okay, so that's
Oh,
B
man.
tier. Who's B tier? Me or Desmond?
both of you.
Well, I think you were
Alright.
like near the
And
same
then
level at least.
Wuji's
C
really
tier.
C tier?
Yeah.
I
Wuji
don't
like
Wuji
you like
only
femboys
watches-
more than anyone.
Okay. The
See,
only
Wuji
more
is the
Wuji thing I do is
I think I can't say I can't tell if he is or isn't, just because I don't know what his watch list is. Like, no offense to
You
you,
don't
All
want to
right,
know.
I'll
What is
tell you
I
right
don't want
now.
to know what
You
it
don't
is
wanna
either.
know.
But more importantly,
All
it's
right,
like
Skate. All right, all right, I'll tell you what animes I'm currently watching. Initial D, Skate Infinity, Doctor Stone, Season 2. I'm currently reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 8. I'm still not caught up yet. I have watched and binge watched and binge read Bungo Stray Dogs, and currently I am waiting for Halal anime to drop.
That's about as much as Ronick.
Well, right now I'm
And plus I play video games in Japanese by
That's more
Japanese
than
idols.
Ronick. I'm pretty sure Ronick doesn't like actually. Yeah,
wait,
but
hold
you
on.
don't watch anime, do you? Not
I'm
really.
currently watching Hunter x Hunter for the first time, and I'm trying to catch up on Attack on Titan. But
Yeah,
in
no,
general, I
Wuji
don't
is-
watch a lot. I do have my shows, but like I fall in and out of habits. Like half, or rather, every half year, so semi-annually, I get really into anime for like a few months. But
I
that's
remember
pretty
that.
much it.
Like
And
during that
I'm
one of the
getting it
cycles.
right. I'm getting back into that cycle right now of watching a lot of anime. But no, but weebism is not limited to anime. And I wouldn't say that I'm
Yeah.
But
I
if,
wouldn't say that
yeah,
I'm too much of a weeb, like not as much as the upper echelons here. I'd say that I'm more than
Boy.
Desmond probably. Like I play like Yakuza and
no. Well, in that case, if we're looking at more than just anime, I'd put Wuji in B and Ronick and Desmond in C because Wuji plays
I-
Ensemble Stars.
True.
Like, Wuji
and Grand
plays
Blue.
like
I just play literally every single Japanese game.
Wuji plays yaoi Japanese games that he can't even understand. That's
And he
yeah,
enjoys.
that's weird. I'd put Ronick and Desmond in C and Wuji in B.
whoa.
I'm sorry, but
No, that's fine.
So you
You know,
just put yourself in D.
it's fine. I'm not clamoring to be on top of material.
That's true. True. Why are we trying to like go higher up in the tier? I'm stuck up here too.
you read so much, Wuji.
Naruto, Sasuke.
Isaac, you read you read so much manga, watch so much anime, read so much ecchi that you've become Brock from Pokemon.
Isaac is like S
I mean,
tier.
yeah,
Jelly
guys-
filled donuts are my favorite.
Guys, do you guys remember Maji and the Labyrinth of Magic in
I'll use this frying
Saki-chan?
pan
As a drawing pan. For a while, I still do. My school email picture is Brock. Literally just Brock.
Yeah, it is that.
The mail.
Hmm.
So,
So,
underrated anime called Zaki-chan Wants to Hang Out.
Oh, please, let's not talk about that again. The manga's
were-
nice, but
yeah.
just,
You
I,
guys-
I
Almost
don't want to go into that. I don't want to like talk about the Twitter thing again anymore. Just
Isaac.
No,
not
I'm
that.
I'm talking about how the author was so super like uninspired because he copied another manga called Why Chan Wants to Hang Out.
yeah, did he?
I swear to
I
Yeah.
haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one. All right.
mean, like,
Speaking of
you guys-
Zaki-chan,
Oh, Nagatoro. Have any of you read Nagatoro?
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
know about
hyped.
Yes, I have.
The anime is
I
coming
honestly
out
think it's
soon.
kind of
I am
overrated.
just hyped.
No, I'm kidding. I haven't.
It's not really a lot of substance.
I
to that
don't know
show.
what you guys are talking about.
No, okay. Back to the topic of Uzaki. That's our favorite anime. At the
my
Jaheim
favorite-
cast.
My favorite anime is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh yeah. Do you have any quotes from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for us, Vijay?
Oh yeah, just give me a second. Yes, you guys. Okay, I gotta drink some water.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can wait. This will be worth it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Bro, we know he's actually just searching up the JoJo quote.
Hey, don't call him out like that. Don't call him out like that. I can tell they're trying to like play something like on YouTube and like trying to pass it through the phone.
Yeah, I think you're watching a JoJo
But
scene.
it's like
It
I
sounds
can't.
terrible.
Well, I just kind of get our podcast copyright strikes.
I mean, with things we already talked about and other things we've done, I'd be surprised if we haven't been or DMC'd.
No,
I know.
the only
Holy
thing
fucking
DMCA worthy is funky fanfare.
Well, you know
But,
what? You know what? I don't think we're
What do-
gonna get our podcast taken down. I mean, like 2
Is it
episodes.
because no one listens to it?
And the well,
Whoa, man!
And we ain't
what do you
monetized.
mean?
moving on. In the last episode, or no, the episode before last, rather. Uh, Nick made a joke about Jaheim being a monkey. And as well as a few other things, not necessarily from Nick,
Yeah,
but
that's
just
not
in
really
general.
advertiser friendly, to be honest.
Yeah, but you know, I honestly don't think we're going to get our podcast taken down, and that's thanks to today's sponsor. Our generous sponsor today has sponsored us. They're giving us money to shout them out.
You know, and we got to do it. We got to give them a shout out.
Yeah.
You know? It's a
And-
good
use the
product.
code.
I tried the
Yeah,
services
it's a good-
before. Top notch service. I totally
Yeah.
recommend.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Totally recommend it. We're not getting paid for it. Anyways, guys,
Wait, what?
use the link in description below and use the code Jaheim is black as hell for 20% off.
Use the code Jaheim is black at hell /JCP to get 30% off your product. That's our sponsor.
Oh, and check out our YouTubes.
That's Jaheim is black as hell. JCP.
To get 30% off
Your first order.
your order.
Yeah,
Once
I
again,
love this new-
that is Jaheim is black as hell. That's on JCP to get 30% off. You're
And if you
right.
didn't catch it the first time, that's Jaheim black at hell
Or the third
/JCP.
time.
And just one last
I
time
love
before we go, 30% off with the code Jaheim is black as hell /JCP.
Now you better get this soon because the offer expires in 20 days. And
Yeah.
Jaheim, well, that's because Jaheim's birthday is today, and he's going to be dead in 20 days.
Oh, what?
Anyway, moving
I-
on from that.
Don't forget the
Anyways.
30% off discount.
Yeah, I love these new black pants I got.
okay.
I'm glad for you, man. I'm glad for you.
What are those black pants made out of again?
Don't worry about it.
Jaheim
Isaac.
is black as hell. 30%.
In 100 days. Has anyone read the absolute masterpiece that is This Gorilla Will Die in 2 Days? I mean, oh my god.
It is a
Absolute visionary
fantastic-
manga.
Imagine,
That's honestly one of my manga of the year.
of course,
Manga of the
imagine
century,
waiting
no.
100 days when you can just shorten it into 2.
What a
Like, all the
masterpiece of
plot
manga.
is explained. It's beautifully told.
If you guys
Emotions
didn't know, that was
run
actually
high.
by the mangaka of Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you know there's actually an alternate ending? So not
And
only
yes,
do
it
we
was
get
unironically a
two-
masterpiece.
not only do we get a fantastic story with an already solid ending, we get another solid ending.
I've never
Two
heard of
endings
Oh.
for the price of one.
Nice.
Exactly. It's
All
just
right.
masterpiece. Beautiful.
You know what? I'm here
Manga
to tell
of the
this something.
century is not an understatement.
I'm about to tell you something to all my awesome friends out there. You know what? We watch anime in secret because our parents show up and ask us what the hell you're watching because suddenly the anime takes a different turn. And why,
Right,
guys?
right.
Right. This summer, we're about to get something amazing. Halal anime. Literally 100% halal. Even the women wear headscarves.
Oh
And
my god.
it takes place in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god,
Richie,
amazing.
you actually
Wow.
reminded me of
That's
something.
actually,
You reminded me of
Guys,
something.
can I go
What?
on an unrelated... Wait, are we recording right now?
Yeah, we are recording.
Okay, can I go on an unrelated... Have you guys gone those travel to Saudi Arabia ads?
Yeah. No,
No.
I got travel to Japan ads for some reason.
Like, really? I don't think anyone knows what I'm talking about because whenever I bring it up, I just get weird looks. But like, I keep getting these ads with like, this is the same tagline. It's like,
Yeah, same.
welcome to a journey you've never imagined.
Yeah. I got that for Japan.
Welcome
That's for Japan.
To Salad. Wait, really?
Yeah, I go like,
I don't
welcome to
understand.
Japan. And
What
it's
did
like,
I do to make the Saudi Arabia like foreign service? Is it because I made too many
Good
jokes about
Chinese.
hating women? Is that it, guys? Like what? What are you scared? I'm scared, guys.
So
Come
this
back.
amazing. So
Well,
this
Nick-
amazing halal
Yeah,
anime
what's up?
called The Journey is actually taking place in Saudi Arabia. It's made by Toho, and the script is pretty solid because I know who's writing it. It's an actual scholar, and the animation is solid. The voice acting is solid because
a movie.
Levi is it's a movie. The Journey, yeah. It's 100% halal, so we don't have to explain to our parents what the hell's going on. We can just show them it's 100% halal.
Excellent. Can we get an Allah Akbar?
No.
Speaking of Toho, the 18th game's gonna come out soon, but since no one other than Nick here actually really cares about Toho, I can't even talk about it.
Go for it. Go
What,
on your
Toho,
tangent.
the bullet hell game?
The Political
Isn't
game,
that-
the 18th official
isn't that
game's
the-
coming out.
That's the game with that one song, Apple thing. I
Bad
forgot.
Apple, where it's played on literally
Bad
everything that has
Apple.
a screen and can make a sound. And finally, Saki is playable after so many years.
You know, Sakia being playable is actually pretty neat.
I'm so happy right now.
How much does
Shout out
Toho cost?
to all our Toho fans in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
Wow.
the two people who
Zero
like
of
Toho.
them.
Yay!
I don't know Toho, so
Anyhow,
Guys,
this is okay. I'm gonna go on
You
like
guys know
another
what-
complete separate tangent just of anime, and I think this is something that you guys have actually been recently been watching. If I had to count if I had a nickel every time I see in a manga or an anime where they use healing magic the wrong way, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot,
What?
but it's weird that it happens twice.
are you talking
What?
about Jaheim's favorite anime, Redo of a Healer?
There's
God,
2
Jaheim's
manga.
favorite
There's
anime,
Redo of the Healer and
feel
the
like there's more
wrong
of
way
them.
to use the healing magic.
I feel like there's more of them.
There
He's
probably
like-
is more.
Good.
There probably is
There's
more.
Wait, the wrong way to use healing magic is like actually not terrible.
It's
Wait, are you
genuinely
saying
really
Redo of a
good.
Healer is terrible? Excuse me?
Redo of a healer is hot garbage. It's so
Wow, that
bad.
is just an awful opinion, Jaheim. I know
Oh,
you're like
I'm sorry for the
he is
hot
having
take.
awful
And I'll be
opinions, but, like,
honest, if anyone's underage here, which is essentially all of us, except for our 2 adults, Jaheim and Desmond,
Ronick,
you really shouldn't be watching the show. I'll be honest.
No, I'm actually only 16, Woogie.
oh yeah, I forgot. I'm 14.
So, we were watching.
Wait, what?
We were actually watching Redo of a Healer as like 3 weeks ago. It was really funny with how bad it was, but we had to stop. We had to stop, and that was for a few reasons. Primarily because Jaheim lost access to his.
Yeah,
Oh, what
we're
are you
just
gonna call
taking
it
it.
now?
We're taking a break.
But
As soon as I get my streaming privileges back to Redo of a healer.
yeah, but like, man, can we bring it down and like make it real for a second? Because this month has been absolutely brutal for me.
Why?
Have you guys been? Because English and chemistry. Chemistry has been like it's been hard enough, and it's definitely far from my best class. But
Ouch.
it feels like I just can't catch a break these days. Like this week I had almost no spare time at all. I mean we've had barely any time to like hang out during the nights or
know.
like work on the podcast really
Yeah.
until
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
So if we're a little
Yeah.
jumbled, I guess that would be a good reason why. But
Yeah.
how have you guys been this month? Because we haven't really talked too much.
I got
Well,
lucky.
I've just had a really bad day.
Yes, we just had bad days. Sometimes it isn't a hate crime; it's just a crime of love.
Oh my god.
But in all seriousness, it's
Yeah.
like in terms of school, I got really lucky since I got a biology class, and I've genuinely been really enjoying it. Like it's really interesting to teach.
That's great. Yeah.
We got a baby, we threw it.
That sounds awesome.
Let's go.
But it's like other than that, like if you didn't have to talk about school, it's just lately I've been depressed a lot more just seeing like the current situation with Asians.
A
and
lot of people
Asian
are
hatred.
having bad days, Isaac.
Yeah, I know, just lots of bad days around.
A
And
lot
like
of
we
bad
joke about,
days,
like,
yeah.
we're joking about it, but it's like it's legitimately,
fucked up.
like yeah, it's
You know
just
what's
messed
really
up.
fucked up is how people are politicizing it. Like,
Yeah,
God,
it's like I
Do you
don't
want
want
to give an example? Because I haven't been keeping up at all.
Gatorade mainly.
Why the
Like, not
processing
even
it?
mainly, but it's like with Gatorade, what happened was like they like put up like a public like
oh yeah, they just
thing
made
where
this
it's
shitty ton
It
dash
just- it's
carpet
just-
post. It's pretty on brand.
yeah, but like I don't want to like say that. Oh, I understand your pain now, but it's like it does feel like I kind of understand like how people feel during like Black History Month or like Gay Pride Month
But
or like
whenever
during
there's
or the BL movement, where it's like it feels like for me it's like, oh, you're getting support. Why does it matter? But then you realize that it just doesn't feel genuine. Like it feels like they're just pushing an agenda, which then makes it feel like it's just pointless. It's no use. And it's like, sure, I'll take all the support we can right now, but like, it's not gonna do much unless someone's actually vocal about it. Someone's actually willing to like, put in some actual work into it.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
that people are finally talking about all the Asian hate, but it sucks that something like this had to happen for people to talk about it.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
again, it's another issue. It's like the Black Lives Matter movement. It's been going on long before George Floyd. But
Hmm
because of George Floyd, because someone had to die, the movement started moving back up. It started ramping up, more people being aware of it. I don't feel like that should be the case. I feel like we're all human, right? There's
Yeah.
literally all that's different in the packaging. And it's like,
Well, yeah,
that
what you're
should be
saying is all lives matter.
yes
Yeah,
and no.
no.
Yes and no. It's like,
I'm just
obviously,
Okay,
like,
okay,
you know what I
okay.
mean, right? It's
You know,
like,
but you know what sucks? Like there are people. These people are the worst of the. You can find the worst of the worst people on
Yeah.
Twitter, but there are people saying shit like to stop saying Asian lives matter because it's taking away from Black Lives Matter. It's so
That's
stupid.
Twitter
I
is
don't-
just
again-
amazing.
Again, I always
Twitter
feel
is the
so
worst
awkward
place.
saying this because, like, Jaheim, we've known each other for a while now, and like we're comfortable. Like, I
What
don't say
Isaac
making
is trying to say is that he thinks Black lives don't matter and that you should
exactly.
He's
Okay,
not- you know
but-
what? That's not even a hyperbole. That's what people sound like, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of true.
it's insane, and like I don't want like things to know each other for long, so I'm like not even because we know each other for long, but it's like it's always awkward for me seeing how like there's so much of a division between like blacks and Asian communities, and it's just like
Yeah, it
it's
is.
like
Really
I
sad,
don't.
actually.
It's like it's always the older generation that tries to spark this fight up again and again and again. The thing is, I bear no hatred to Jaheim for what race he is. I just hate him as a person.
Yeah.
Absolutely
The
basic.
immense
Oh my
hatred
god.
that Isaac and Nick have for me is not because I'm black.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, it
It's
has nothing to
just
do
'cause
with
I-
your
And
race.
Jaheim understands
Everything
why
to
we
do
don't
with
like
who
him
you
for
are,
it. He understands,
And you know what?
and I
I'm
understand
proud of it.
fully why he doesn't like me. It's like it's mutual. We understand. We don't hate each other because of what we look like. We just hate her because what we are in the inside, and that's what
Yeah.
really matters.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
if only if more people thought like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only they hated each other because what they were in the inside, not because how they look.
And you know, that's fair. It's fair to hate somebody because on the inside they're a garbage person, but it's not
Exactly.
fair to hate someone because they were born a certain way.
What we've learned, Luigi, is that it's not the color of a person's skin that matters. It's the person they are inside. Oh,
You know-
you think you'll ever learn that lesson in the real world, Mario? Yeah, probably. When humans get as smart as mushrooms.
You know
But
what?
also, like,
I'm
It's true.
sorry for cutting for you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like you know how I mentioned they should stop saying Asian lives matter because they think Black lives matter. I've seen so many things of like people talking about how Asians deserve to be hated on. They deserve to be killed, even
Well,
just
yeah, those are
cause
the
just because we
Stupid.
didn't because we apparently didn't stand up during the Black Lives Matter movement.
I saw that. I saw
I
somebody
thought it was
say
going
that.
to be a
I'm like,
coronavirus thing, not that.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a coronavirus thing.
well, no,
That's
they've been getting
That's so
hate for
stupid, though.
coronavirus for a while, but like people who are rebutting against Asian Lives Matter, saying like, "Oh, Asian people weren't there for Black Lives Matter, so why should we care?" It's ridiculous.
And
Twitter
like
is the
Stupid,
it's
worst
like
of the worst people.
and I feel like and it's like saying they didn't do it for us, so why should we do it for them? And I just feel like it's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, but in the end, both
I
of you
found the
lost an
tweet.
eye.
I found the tweet. It's ridiculous that this tweet has 32,000 likes.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
I see
This is dumb.
hashtag Asian Lives Matter trending. Please don't co-opt the Black Lives Matter hashtag. You stop
God.
Asian hate instead. We must not
Oh
erase or
my
forget
God.
Black oppression. These people piss me off, man.
I didn't know
It's
there
like-
were only two oppressed races.
Yeah, I know,
my
right?
bad.
There wasn't the third
Wait,
race
Ronan, you're
called.
forgetting about the third oppressed race, the most oppressed race of all.
Gamers.
That's right.
Gamers.
Gamers.
All right.
Okay, I really want to throw my 2 cents in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we refund those 2 cents?
Like it's these like
Oh, man.
people.
Guess
People
what?
are
You
supporting
can't
them.
throw your 2 cents anymore in because we're in Canada and we got rid of the penny like any
Okay,
So you gotta throw in a
sensible
nickel.
country
I'll throw,
should.
Gotta throw
Okay?
in a nickel now.
So give me a nickel. Cough up the other
nickels.
3 cents, you trash.
I'll throw in my 3 nickels then. All right, 4. You want to take 4?
But like
Damn.
I don't.
This is crazy.
No, Oji, you're gonna say something. You want to continue?
Like the stuff that's happening, especially against Asian people, it's crazy. Like seriously, like the guy went and shot people because for what again? Like sex?
Okay, so
I
it was a
I
weird thing.
just
It was
learned
like
about that today.
it's either they're saying
This,
this is two issues right now. Actually, can I just explain this quickly? Right now, what's happening is that police are now technically taking the word of the shooter rather than the witnesses. The witnesses are saying that the shooter said kill all Asians, and I'm assuming they're paraphrasing and or maybe stretching the truth a little. However, because there are
Yeah.
multiple witnesses that said the same thing, that it does feel. But then the shooter said, "Oh, it was just because," and like even like apparently some kind of research was done and said, "Oh, some kind of like sex addict situation where like it was like they were avoiding sex, but then because of that, it drew them crazy, like any kind of pornographic
Wow.
imagery, and then it just drew them insane." But like,
Wait, towards Asians specifically?
no, they're saying like it was like luck that was like it was Asian or like it was by chance that Asians were targeted like that.
Oh,
Oh,
Guys,
But
I'm gonna
anyways.
paraphrase something I said earlier, but I don't know about you guys, but every single time I bust a nut to big titty anime girls, it really makes you want to shoot up some massage parlors.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
that first nut
So-
clarity. It's
but
dangerous. But like,
I know it's a really relatable motivation, honestly.
I'm still really confused about the whole Asian Lives Matter thing. I don't
you
get
know,
it.
yeah, I don't.
People were saying like, oh, that's erasing the Black Lives Matter movement. But like, I sort of understood when they said like saying all lives matter is taking away from Black
Yeah,
Lives
I
Matter, right?
understand that
Because
fully.
like
It's
it
like
does.
Right,
at
right.
the moment, like all
It
lives
does,
don't
right?
matter
'Cause-
until all lives don't matter
like,
until
of
those who are
course,
oppressed matters, right?
yeah,
Right,
yeah. Of
yeah.
course, all
People
lives
who are
matter. But at the moment, people seem to think that Black Lives matter less, right? But
you mean
now
wait? Oh,
when
yeah,
it's happening to Asians, it's completely valid to let people know. Because believe it or not, a lot of people don't think that way, right?
yeah. Well, what
Technically,
can I
yeah, go ahead.
add something?
Yeah.
Well, when I first heard
Sure.
the term "all lives matter," it was on like a Canadian news thing where a guy exchanged one of the lyrics in "O Canada." He was singing. He exchanged one of the lyrics for "All Lives Matter," and it was like he got fired, and he was taking
Yeah.
a stand for it. And I was with my mom, and I was like, "Wait, that's not right. Why'd they do that? Why'd they fire him?"
Mhm.
And she had to explain to me that "All Lives Matter" is not okay. To me, it seemed perfectly fine because in my head, I was like, "Well, of course, it's not just black people that are being oppressed. There are multiple groups, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, it makes sense that you'd want to catch all of those with an all lives matter."
But it's like
Like
the deeper meaning
that
within
that
it.
made sense to me. In that
Yeah.
in my mind, I was like, yeah, if we move forward, striving to have everybody matter equally, theoretically that should be perfect.
Yeah.
But I realized that that cause that that title is
Being used.
not exactly
Co-opted
not exactly
by
you'd
some
expect.
unsavory folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was quite sad to hear. But like, hypothetically, let's say there's a parallel universe where all lives matter as a name is not like desecrated. I think. Do you think people would be like accepting to it in a situation
course.
like this now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
Of course, yeah.
it's a timing of the situation. Had I don't know how to explain this, but it's like all lives matter in principle is an amazing thing. It's so great. It's like it means that all lives
Yeah.
matter. All lives should be treated equal. However,
Yeah,
the timing of it being used when at the moment
Yeah.
the black community was facing a crisis, that in that moment people should be banding together to help ensure that their lives do matter. Help know that yes, we do care.
right.
And like
But
thing is,
then, like,
people
how do you
around the
account for?
world, not even just America, we're coming together and helping this cause.
Right, right.
Right.
I mean, we're not
Right.
Americans, but
Yeah.
American
like,
Indians.
but back to the thing of like now Asians are in the spotlight right now. What term would catch both blacks and Asians? And I mean, like, theoretically, there should be a term that. It's hard. I don't know. Like,
I don't think you need a term to
You don't need a
because
term.
like brown
both.
people exist, Mexican people exist.
It sucks
Yeah,
because now
there's
like
so-
the
there's so-
term "all lives matter" is now coined with essentially racism. So like,
Mm.
I know.
But the problem is like some people feel like saying blank like I don't know something lives matter is exclusive to black lives, but I mean Asian people are in a pretty bad spot, right? I think it's it's not a response to take away from Black Lives Matter. It's entirely justified in this. But
It's like,
I don't know.
in a way, we're not at like again. I can't speak for the entire like Asian community, nor can you speak for the entire Black community, right? But in a
Yeah.
way, it just feels like there's a lot of miscommunication going on. It's like I don't want to take away from Black Lives Matter. I don't want to say that my cause is more worthy than yours or my situation more desperate than yours. But what we're asking right now is that you understand that we're also suffering through the same thing. We're suffering through, well, obviously racism. We're suffering through discrimination, prejudice, hatred. And that all we're asking is that you don't inflict the same hatred onto us. In a
Yeah.
way,
Makes
again,
sense.
obviously,
Makes sense.
and I'll be honest, Asian countries, or I can't even say Asian, like, I hate saying Asian nowadays just because Asian for everyone's, like, for nowadays, it seems synonymous with China. And it's like,
yeah,
no,
Asian.
it's
When
not.
I'm
people
from
say
Asia.
Asian, they think of
China.
China, Korea, and Japan.
But the thing is, and then if you say
When they
Asian,
say Asian,
but then, like,
but Asia,
yeah, if you're thinking negatively about Asian, everyone immediately thinks of China. But then
yeah,
because of that, it means that every single Asian, whether good or bad, is Chinese all of a sudden. And it's
We're not
even worse
counting.
and it's even worse for people who are Chinese and then are like, technically then affiliated with the government, because then it's like it's not the
You're
I
still not
people's
know.
fault
counting.
for the government,
It,
but it's like
yeah,
You're not
and this
counting
is
the Middle
completely
East, though, right?
the Middle East too, of course,
yeah.
and it's like Asia's such a big continent, like. It's like probably one of
I
the
feel
most
you, bro.
diverse in terms of just countries, because like we got India, we got Pakistan, we got Iran, we got Iraq, we got Russia,
We got
all things.
Afghanistan. We got
Wait, are
Saudi
those countries
Arabia.
in
We
Asia?
got Yemen.
Huh?
Sorry, my
Yeah.
global geography is kind of
Oh, sorry,
fucked.
Asia
I
is
know.
huge,
Asia's
man.
huge.
There-
No,
It's like
there's like
because
Western
our
Asia,
countries,
and
the
then
countries
there's
are smaller,
Eastern Asia.
and
I
countries are
feel like
smaller, but
in like
yeah.
the Western world, when people say like
Asia.
Asians, they're referring to
They-
East
they-
Asia.
Oriental.
yeah,
Just
they
make it
think
just
East
make it
Asia.
Oriental.
you know what? I have a secret that the government doesn't want you to. Asia does not exist.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Oh
continent.
my
Shit,
god,
that's
this
a
The
is
lie.
continent
Okay.
is
this changes
Eurasia.
everything.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Asia is
Wait.
not a continent,
It's a country.
right? Nor is Europe.
It's Eurasia.
not?
Yeah, I've heard of
Are you,
that.
are you
but
sure you're not thinking of Finland, really?
What's Finland?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might have something mixed up.
I've
Maybe-
never heard
okay.
that name.
Oh, it must have been.
Okay.
Anyhow, I lost track of
yeah.
what I was saying, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
understand you, Juho. Like,
You made your point for
you
sure.
know,
yeah.
I mean, I'm brown. I'm brown, and
something
people
I-
call me Indian. People
Well,
call
also
me
that's another
Indian,
issue
and
too,
people, yeah, people call me Indian. They like laugh me with every single thing that India does. I'm not even Indian. I'm from Pakistan. I'm not even like I wasn't even raised in Pakistan much. I was raised in Dubai, and like then I'm Muslim, so they like shaft me with everything, every bad thing Muslims have done. Like, come on, dudes, seriously? Like,
I
have you
wanted
like
So
never?
it's always it's like not even it's racism as well as stereotypes. Where I'm
Yeah.
Asian, therefore I should have small eyes. I should be eating dog. I should be saying ching chong
I
and eat
know.
with chopsticks.
Okay, but dog actually tastes pretty good.
Yes,
though.
it does, but we don't need to talk about that now. And like no
Yeah,
offense to
it's a
G,
topic for a
and
different day.
also nothing is like
But
I think with G. Again, I'm not trying to be racist to you. If I am, just let me know right away. But it's
no
like
problem.
And then I'll keep
it's
I've been
doing it.
facing
Yeah.
racism
Pakistan. Like, you were
since
born
I
in
was
Pakistan.
born.
You're from Pakistan, right?
Right.
And like in the Middle East,
You're
and
gonna say
like
the P
everyone who
word?
says Middle East, you'd may think, oh, ISIS, terrorists. We should be careful of them. Oh, they could be like dangerous. And it's like, no, like there's genuinely good people. And I gotta compliment you, but you're a genuinely nice
Yeah, there
person.
are a
You're a
few of
good
them.
person.
XD,
And like
sure he is, buddy.
it's like it's just
Yeah.
it hurts so much seeing how people just
I
immediately
know.
put a label. And again, it's like the same thing with whites. And like I don't want to say like, oh, oh, I'm siding with the
White
whites.
people
Like
bad?
white is like, it's like again, I don't want to say the white peoples are bad. It's either because it's like we're all people in a sense, and it's like what an individual does does not reflect the entirety. But unfortunately, when the minority is louder than the majority, it
vocal
feels like the
minority.
vocal minority. When there's a vocal minority, it feels like the majority.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
which
and
is
just
unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
glad we don't
it's
have any white
obviously
people
but
on this podcast.
yeah,
it's
I
al-
don't,
yeah,
I
it's
don't mean
obviously
but like
it's
we joke.
It's more
obviously
diverse.
It's like we joke about, oh, imagine being white, but like again, it's like that's
right.
also in a way racism. And it's like there's so
Right.
much
Yeah.
casual racism going around that it just feels, it doesn't feel
It's
Being
good.
like
It's like
yeah.
people like come to me like like the big joke of my eye. Like I make fun of my eyes as well. It's like it's a funny thing. It's like I like my eyes, but the amount of times I've been teased for it, or like I've been
Honestly, I think it's
racially
funny
profiled.
because Isaac's eyes are exceptionally small.
They're
even for an
especially
Asian.
small for a Korean, or like even
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
Asian in general. But like the amount of times that like someone not even Asian just comes to me and like does like the when you like pull your eyes apart to make them small. It just
Oh my
like
god!
it's
I'm
funny.
Yeah,
gonna
no,
laugh at that.
It's funny. It's
Sorry to
funny.
laugh, but
No.
It's
you
funny,
gave
but
me a
like
mental image.
I know it's funny.
Right.
But at the same time, I realize how racist that is.
I've been made fun of for my accent and called
I
tech
know, like
support.
also another accent
I
too.
know.
It's like accents. It's like
Yeah.
not something you can really control. I can control my eye size. I'm not willing to go through surgery, okay? But
I can't control
like
my accent. I was
you,
born with it.
yeah,
I'm gonna speak with the dialect I was born.
and like if
What? Oh, you got a problem
don't
with me?
keep it, then you keep it, right? Like it's like it's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal. And like I just hate how people end up like profiling because of that. And
I
like
mean,
it just becomes so
kind of.
casual that like no one ever notices it. Like one of the main reasons
Yeah.
of Asian racism, or even like Middle Eastern Asian. I'm just gonna like
You know,
sort of
just say
generalize.
Middle
Yeah,
Eastern racism is fine enough. I
the
think.
Middle Eastern racism is that no one ever sees it as racism. It just feels like it's just a kind of like a mean
Funny
spirited
joke.
humor, or it's like
Yeah.
it's a funny joke. But like
Yeah.
it's like, do you make fun of like if someone made fun of Jaheim, can you like actually no, but it's like
Hey,
like if someone
he's
made a
in the
joke
shower.
stereotyping about a black person, it would immediately be not okay, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone
Right.
would be like jumping on them saying, "Oh, you can't say that. No, you can't do that." But if someone makes fun of like an Asian person or a Middle Eastern person saying, "Oh, that person must eat dog," or like, "Hey, I better keep the pets away. They might eat it." Again, or like, "Oh, can you even see?
Or
Are you awake?"
Well,
or
It's
yeah,
like,
just
oh,
it's
don't
like
drop your backpack. Like,
It's because
my Arab friend
racism
left a
against
backpack.
Asian people,
it's like
it's been
it's
normalized.
been
If
normalized
I'm gonna
so
be honest,
much.
Yeah,
Like, again,
it's
it's like
how
so
often have you ever
normalized.
heard like somebody say, "Oh, he's Asian. He probably has a small dick." That's
no,
racist,
yeah.
but
yeah,
people
that's
say it so
Oh
casually.
come on,
Or
guys! I'm particularly
I
sensitive.
didn't mean it that way.
I don't want to talk about
I
that,
didn't mean
man.
to confirm that is true. But
or those dumb like
Ronik, I
I
thought
may
we were
have
planning on keeping a secret between me and you.
dude, I'm sorry. We'll cut this out in post. Don't worry about it. We'll cut this out in post.
Yeah,
or
I hope so.
or, or
But
those like joke like I remember I was watching a Ricegum video. I was watching a Ricegum video, but one of the comments was Ricegum is breaking stereotypes because Asian people are stereotyped as being super smart in math. Murder.
and it's like
This. Oh yeah.
sorry, I was gonna say like the
Yeah.
stereotype of Asians being good or talented has always been funny to me, cause like the whole joke, oh, roses are red, violets are blue. Whatever you're good at, an Asian kid does better. But
What?
That's a good one.
roses are red, violets are blue.
Oh yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
you do,
yeah,
an Asian
yeah.
does better. But it's like the reason. Again, it's not naturally we're better. It just feels like in Asian countries, it's just so much
It's like
more
cultural
competition.
pressure, right?
So
Your
much cultural
parents.
pressure,
Yeah, it's so
competition
much
that we're forced to work harder. Like our
competition, different
parents,
expectations.
all the kids you
Un-
say they're good at math, they've done tutoring when they're younger. All the kids who are talented at piano, they've done an insane amount of practice. And it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
again, it's like
Like
it's one of those things where
I had yeah.
we're not seen as a culture who works hard. We're seen as a culture who's naturally talented, and that's a huge
Right.
difference because there's a huge levels of like of how people might perceive that type of culture. And again, it's like not every single person in the culture works hard. Look at me, I'm freaking. I feel depressed now. Okay,
Crazy.
but but it's like no, it's in a way that's also seen as not racism, but it's sort of
Yeah.
seen as a stereotype that I
Yeah,
kind of
stereotypes,
want
yeah.
to be changed because it's like, no, Asians are not naturally great at everything. We have to work hard at it too. We're just the same as you. It's just that we're literally forced by the society we're in to work harder than any. We gotta be better than the person next to us, who's also trying to be better than the person next to them. And we end up working ourselves to
like
the bone. You realize that like Asian countries have the highest amount. I guess Oriental Asian countries have one of the highest suicide rates for a reason. And
Yeah,
that's like
Japan and
because,
Korea, pretty
because
fucking
that's
crazy.
that's pushing to
basically
that's being that's like pushing it to the extreme. But there is a solid reason why. I've known lots of people who've like stressed about it so much that
Oh, that was well said, Isaac.
That was a really long tangent, but I think
mean,
it was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Sorry
Yeah,
about going on
I-
a tangent like that,
yeah.
but
No,
Well,
no,
there was
no,
one thing
so
I
I
wanted to
got some-
mention. There's one thing I wanted to
I got
mention
some-
before about it. When you were talking about normalizing racism and the casual racism and like humor.
Mhm.
I just wanted to mention. I know I'm not taking away from.
We
the
make
point,
a lot of
but
racist jokes.
Well, no,
I was going to say
it's
context matters quite a bit.
No, it's
Oh,
not
sure,
necessarily
sure,
in
but-
humor though.
it's like me and
Like-
Jaheim. Like I don't know. I think me and Jaheim, but like lots of us, we make fun of each other for like race as well too. Like I've been.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with people I know making fun of my eyes because they know that I'm comfortable
I
with
mean,
it.
in our group,
yeah.
we have racial jokes on
Yeah,
Of
an
course, we have
hourly
racial
basis.
jokes. Like, no offense, like I'm not trying to say anything against like Nick and Jaheim, but like Nick calls Jaheim a monkey all the time, and it's like again,
And it's true.
and like
Yeah,
again,
it is.
it could be again, it kind of is racist, but at the same
I
time,
mean, I think racism and humor though is like a
it's just completely
separate
different,
thing,
and it's like
right?
it's when I think what matters also is when the receiving party is aware of it, as well as understanding that
Right.
yeah, it's just a
No,
joke.
of course, yeah.
Or like it may be racist, but it's like we know that it's like not actually being mean, or it's not being mean spirited, or even if it is mean spirited, we know that it's not actually being meant, right? Like when you call Jaheim a monkey,
Yeah.
it's not because of what he looks like. It's just
Jaheim,
because he
like-
is a monkey brain. Because my God, why do you choose the dumbest characters to
Well,
play?
I
But that's
think
gonna-
I think Nick,
Leo.
I think
No,
Nick might
okay,
need
okay.
it differently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna assume what Jaheim.
What?
No, I'm not gonna assume what Nick
Yeah,
means.
you
like, we're all
and Nick
comfortable.
might have different reasons, but,
But we
yeah,
have,
we're
like-
comfortable with it.
I'm never gonna call you a monkey because I personally don't feel comfortable calling you that. I will call
Well, for
you.
that matter,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, for that matter, Jaheim was a monkey in episode 2's thumbnail.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's like
I
at
mean,
the same time,
yeah.
I'm willing to call him out for like being a brain dead
Being-
oaf,
yeah.
and he knows
Like
it.
how-
He admits being one
Yeah.
too.
I'm
And
proud
again,
of it.
and it's like again, Ronik makes a lot of pokes fun at my nationality as well. He calls me Chinese. He calls I have someone who still thinks I'm Japanese, no matter how many times I tell them I'm Korean.
Didn't
it's like-
Rona call you Mongolian too?
Mongolian
He
too,
called
it's
you-
In
like
episode 1, I did.
Yeah. He's calling me every single race under the sun other than Korean. And you know what? It's fine. It's a joke. I understand. It's like
Right.
how Ronik is, like, out of all of us, probably the most multiracial person here.
Widest being.
And like
That's the most widest being.
literally any joke we make will probably land to him as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, or
Wushi,
like
yeah,
how I make-
Wushi, you want to continue?
like how I make fun of Jiho's Oppa Gangnam Style.
And that's
I
that's
don't know
that was
about
more
that.
personal. That's more personal. Man. That's
We-
a
you had a
lot
point from,
personal.
But
like-
like,
Oh.
but like,
It's
like
a fun
in
fun
no
of language.
way, I'm
It's
not gonna go
basically
to yeah, but in no way I'm gonna go to like a random Korean person and start saying Oppa Gangnam Style.
yeah, you wouldn't do that.
Because that's
You start
it
dancing,
just
like in a Walmart, you start dancing around.
okay. Now in that case, it's not seen as racism, but they'll think that there's something wrong with you. But at the same time,
Wushi,
but it will be yeah, but it will be but that's kind of like we make these jokes because we understand that the other party is fine with them.
yeah. Can I interrupt?
And
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes.
sure, Go
Wushi,
ahead.
you were going to say something like a minute ago, and I think you lost what you were going to say.
about how like yeah, even like people make stereotypes about how Indian people being smart. No, we get beaten the stick to like get 100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
we get beaten to the.
I mean,
to a-
Jamaicans are a good. I never knew that Jamaicans had like Asian style pressure from their parents, but
What?
Jaheim,
Oh.
like, I would never have guessed. I don't know, because the stereotype of Jamaicans is that they're super chill and laid back.
Well, I think it's kind of just immigrant parents, really. Well, in Jamaica, there's still some pressure, but it's immigrant parents, and then
Yeah.
that's what
Actually,
it
true.
was.
Immigrant parents do be like that.
That is true.
Yeah,
want
do
the
be
best
like
for their
that
they
because-
want the best.
And
for
like the
their
vast majority of immigrant parents are like Asian or Indian.
children. Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense. They would like want the child to succeed because they've
Wait,
sacrificed so much.
Are all your guys' parents immigrants?
Yeah, all my parents. My
Yes.
parents are immigrants as well.
No,
I'm
no.
a first generation, I think, or is it second generation? If your
I
parents
don't
were born
know.
somewhere else, but then they gave birth to you in a different country.
And you're first generation. I
First
think.
generation.
First generation.
Well, I guess that would make me the only person whose parents are not immigrants. And maybe
Well, that's
maybe
the
you
country as well.
have a point about that because all of your guys' parents are pressuring us. My
like,
parents are laid back with me all the time.
I don't
Parents are currently
understand.
breaking down my door because I haven't eaten dinner yet.
And again, I don't want to like call you out on it, but it's like out of all of us, I feel like the one whose parents are like the least strict about their schoolwork is probably you.
No,
'Cause, like,
absolutely. Yeah, my parents have
they seem pretty chill
they
when it comes
only
to.
want as well as I want to do. They'll only pressure me as hard as they know I want to be pressured.
And that's great too, and that's like another way to do it. Unlike, like I know that Jaheim's family is a little bit more strict. Like if you fail, then it's like full blown restriction until you bring it back up, right?
Yeah.
And Nick,
Not even if I
I'm
fail. If I just drop a bit.
and with Nick, I know that it's like you personally like push yourself really hard to get higher
I
grades,
guess, yeah.
and it's like I don't know much about how your parents interact with that as well. But I am assuming that is probably because of your parents' influence that you also want to work harder too.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I know that Ronan also works incredibly hard, and like if you do like drop, you do want to work harder for it to bring back up.
Right.
And like with you,
Someone's
again,
a hard
and
worker here.
same with you, with G as well, because like I know that your parents also pressure you to work harder too, so that you try to push yourself as well.
Oh,
Well, I guess
they stopped pressuring me because I just pressure myself now.
maybe it's
Yeah.
a
Because I
beautiful
don't
thing
want
that maybe it's a
I don't
beautiful
want
thing
the
that
biggest punishment.
we can all come together. We're all so similar in goal and
Yes. We're all just
in
stressed in
talent
school.
that we're
Yeah, we're just depressed. We all
But
are
we
just
came from-
stressed and
came from
depressed.
different teachers, right?
It's like,
It's,
and like what I find that like really interesting is that because every single one of us have like different backgrounds of race, like in terms of race, right? Because yeah, like Ronan,
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
yeah, like
Actually, yes.
like Nick is Chinese,
I was gonna call him
technically
Ronan
Korean
as
as
well.
well. He is Korean and technically Chinese. I'm
Yes,
full,
yeah,
I'm
but-
full-born Korean. Jaheim
We have
is Jamaican.
Korean. We have a Korean, a half Korean, a Paki, Jamaican.
Oh God, no!
and-
Don't say that.
Is that the term tacky?
And that's
Is it like talkie?
wait.
It's like okay. Let me give the context.
It's like saying
Like the
chink.
N-word.
It's kind of saying a chink to a Chinese
Paki
person.
is actually
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like saying the N-word, except accent don't find it offensive because you're just calling them by their country. But if you tell them to someone who's from India, they'll find it offensive because you're, calling them a different country, person from
I
a
mean,
different
this
country.
is really, I guess, but it
Yes.
kind of gives you insight to how I was brought up. My dad is white, my mom is brown. I think most people would probably have known that already. But
Oh.
my dad calls my mom a Paki, and my mom calls my dad a crap on a regular basis.
And it's like again, in a way,
Um,
that's a form of affection because like they're comfortable. Like again, not all people are comfortable with it, and that's okay because it doesn't mean they have less trust or like they're not comfortable. It just means that they know the boundaries that people have, and it's like in your case, like you're.
I just wanted to make an example of how, like in what you were saying, it occurred to me that I mean, I just wanted to bring up that context. I just wanted to bring up that we're immune to racial allegations. We're immune to having casual racism.
And
no.
I want to say that it's like
I'm kidding, but
one of the main thing I noticed is like one of the most like well-known jokes of like the N-word is like, oh, I have an N-word pass, and that's just because like someone might be comfortable with you saying it, right? Like you might have like a black
Hey,
person who
like
says, oh sure,
Jaheim.
you can say it to me, but at the same time, in equal sense, someone else who's also black could take huge offense to it, and that's perfectly
No,
okay.
that's what I did.
And like
my friend Juan. Well, I'm fine with anyone saying it, but I gave him like basically an official path, and I'm like, listen, only ever say it around me, because if any other black person hears it, I'm not defending you. I'm not.
Yeah, right. You just had one for
He
me
doesn't, because like no one said it.
Anyone with like half a brain cell will know
Because
that
the
like,
N-word doesn't come up in casual conversation.
yeah, doesn't
That's true.
that's also true. It's just
N-word this, N-word that.
Suit yourself, Nick.
My bad. My apologies. I don't want to.
Because have you guys remember that video? Like every rap music now is N-word this, N-word that, and then the guy was like, "Hey,
that one. Yo,
Say
N-word this, N-word that.
So I remember there was
make
this.
literally
I
a
think it was I think it was for Shaq because this guy was complaining about rap music, and Shaq was like, "Just say the word."
That was from. That was from. Oh
Like,
man,
you guys
that's
remember
a
that
different
thing where
one.
like some white guy was invited to like on the stage at like some black rapper's concert, and then she got flamed for saying the N word. Wait, do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think
I
it was like
don't know,
a
but I feel like it also
that happens every millisecond
Yeah.
on Twitter.
there's also another like it's weird. Like thing about Twitter is that it's literally someone
They're
behind the screen.
stupid.
We don't know what they actually look like. We don't know their thing, and it's just like they can say
Oh, I can
whatever they
find out right
want
now.
without any consequences, like any major ones, because like no one's gonna call the FBI for you saying a racial slur. Like, at most, you might get a IP banned, but at that, like there are ways around that too with VPNs and other
Oh
things.
yeah,
And
the anonymity or whatever. The
The
people
non-
being anonymous is the reason why Twitter is such a stupid cesspool.
it is. It's
If,
just
if there was a face attached to every tweet,
or a location
Twitter would
or a location.
Twitter would
Oh yeah,
not
That really-
be
I can
the
find
way
that
it
out
is.
right
Not
now.
really all there is to it. Like I was thinking,
People are allowed to be idiots on Twitter because no one knows who they
no,
are.
but echo chambers are also a big part of that.
Hmm
Well, yeah,
Uh,
Twitter is.
Oh, yeah,
Reddit.
yeah, echo chamber.
we were talking about Twitter before.
The Reddit echo chamber.
If
Twitter,
Twitter's an
the
echo
Reddit
chamber,
hive mind. The
Reddit's
Twitter
a
echo,
lit. If Echo's a if
Twitter
okay, so
hive mind.
there's not hive mind. Literally, what Reddit is a time machine that keeps on going back in time and back, and then at a certain point it just goes back.
I don't know.
Back-
Twitter is weird.
It's a hive
right?
mind.
Because it'll be an echo
It is
chamber,
just-
but then like the people
Yeah.
there are so loud. It's like you can't even say anything against them because you'll be attacked.
Oh, you'll be saying like,
basically.
"Oh, your ratio," or like, "Oh, this guy
Oh,
is
the
just."
ratio.
And it's just like, no,
It's,
we're literally trying to like
Yeah.
make a plot
Oh, go
point
on.
here.
Okay, okay.
Like, or like canceled,
I'm gonna-
or
I'm gonna-
like it's just such a
I'm gonna-
dumb place for someone
Right.
to try to communicate.
Okay, I'm gonna start describing every single social media I've ever used from now on. All right. Literal hive mind. I can say Wholesome cannot tongue this 100. I can get 1,000 upvotes. But if I say like something that Reddit doesn't like, you know what, guys, Donald Trump's policies are kind of good. I'll get downvoted, right? Twitter, literal echo chamber. I can't stand that place. It's toxic and it's an echo chamber. Like,
Well, yeah. We
Yeah,
were talking about
like,
Twitter, oh, sorry.
and TikTok, I don't know what that app is all about. All I feel about is that the Chinese are taking my data.
Oh,
We were talking about Twitter, and I
Facebook, conspiracy
What I was-
theories.
Wait.
what I was thinking of was you guys remember back in January when the Capitol building in the USA got stormed?
yeah.
Yeah, remember when you were
Right.
convinced that something was gonna be a big deal? I feel like
Five
everyone just
people
forgot
died.
about it.
No, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, at first I thought it was going to be a
Did
big
people
deal.
die? I feel
Yes,
like it wasn't.
yes. I think 5 people died.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not
I think
the one
everybody thought that
remember.
was going to be a big deal. Like,
Except for me.
I heard it compared to 9/11. I know, obviously, it was not nearly 9/11, but like, there was a hysteria around it, of course.
9/11 was honestly not a big.
The worst thing that
Like
could
the
have ever
implications of it were like pretty massive, but like the
yeah.
actual event itself was like.
It's still pretty bad though. It's still genuinely.
Seriously, have you guys seen the death toll compared to like? Have you ever seen like 9/11 death toll compared? Okay, this
Drone strikes.
this
I
is a
think-
terrible take.
I think.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, drone
honestly,
strikes. Yeah. You
No,
know
I
what?
think
pretty
What
what
have
awful.
I
difference
to do with that?
I think what difference is like a single event
Very
that
American
caused many.
centric viewpoint to call
is true.
9/11 one of the greatest tragedies.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
true.
it's-
That is true.
It
But it's like
feels fun to have a conversation like this because we don't want to
We
belittle.
shouldn't
that-
compare tragedies. Yeah, let's move on.
I know, but no, it's like you do have a point. It
So-
is
yeah.
rather American centric. Like it's not really something that needs to be argued, I suppose. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting to ponder a little bit, I guess.
Everyone has their own stories with it too, because there are lots of
we
people who lost their
Yeah.
families because of 9/11, and like for them, that'll probably be like the worst event that ever occurred to them, right?
I wanted to talk about the Capitol because that felt huge when it was happening. I remember watching the feed, but like absolutely nobody remembers it, and it's just been like 2 months. Like that was completely forgotten.
Well,
Has it been 2 months
like
already?
you still hear about in the news, like X people have been caught from the Capitol riot, like that. But it isn't. It isn't.
The
That's
only
huge.
time I hear people bring it up It's like when they're trying to shit on Trump. Other than that,
Yeah, that's and then that.
you know,
All right, guys. You know what? Men of Reddit, who are your female heroes from r/Reddit? 16.2K upvotes. All right, first
Where is
top
it?
comment.
Oh wait, I didn't realize this is literally on the front page right now.
Yeah, top comment. The manager I had when I volunteered in a
Was
charity
me-
shop.
I don't
I
want
was
to
in
hear you read
a very
Reddit
bad
posts.
place.
Okay,
my
can
life.
we like not read out Reddit posts on this podcast? This is awful.
Yeah, I'd rather not become one of those
No.
text-to-speech ones again.
I was like,
Welcome to r/.
Okay, shut up.
Okay, mute. Somebody mute watch quick.
I was like, before we were talking about anime and movies, and I was like, hey, mind if I bring it down for and talk about how I've been in a bad place lately. I was not expecting it to get this personal, and that's a good thing. I'm glad to
Oh, I haven't unpacked everything. I haven't unpacked everything.
If it's more Reddit
I
stories,
almost
I don't want to
got-
hear it. If it's anything
No,
else,
I'm
sure.
just saying.
No, continue. What you say?
I'm stressed. I was stressed with my mind for the past few months.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've been stressed with my mind. I haven't gotten a good night's rest. I wake up all sweaty and scared. My heartbeat is always beating faster and faster. My blood pressure's always rising. I'm trying to eat more.
You might be dead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat more and more, exercise less and less, and kind of
I suppose
like losing my motivation to do stuff. Every single day I wake up and ask myself, why the hell am I even here? What's my point of living now?
that's COVID for you, and that's also school for you. Yeah, that's rough. But I think it's good to slow down from fast-paced talks of pop culture that we have sometimes. Episode
Right.
3. At the point of recording this, we still haven't gotten around to editing episode 3, but that one's pretty much just pop culture, and so I'm glad that we were
Guys,
able
don't cancel me.
to talk on a more personal level. Also, I mean, it's worth mentioning that well, we really only do the Jaheim and Cast podcast for ourselves. I don't think that's any secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it for a critique
I
episode on
wouldn't
ourselves.
say we don't have an audience because our first video, as of this recording, has 62 views, which that's actually that's a huge number, I think.
Wait, 62 views? I don't even know
Yeah, that's
62 people.
62 people know me? Oh my god.
Anyway, it really is at the heart of it. It's more like it's just something we're doing for ourselves, and it's a reason to talk to each other, and that's something we haven't done in weeks now, or like a month at this point, just because we've all been so caught up in our own personal lives. And unfortunately, this one's not going to come out. It's the 20th of March when we're recording this. It's probably not going to come out at least 2 or 3 weeks from now, just because we're too busy and we still haven't put out episode 3 at the time of recording this.
Yeah.
But I'd say
I just want to say one.
right for myself. Yeah, I'll continue with my point, but you first.
Sorry, you go ahead. My point is kind of stupid. You go ahead.
Well, what kind of classes do you guys have next semester?
I have
this semester?
And a spare?
Just physics and a spare, yeah, so...
Alright,
I
how
have
about you?
physics and art.
So
You do not have
currently,
physics and art. Next quarter, Gene.
Oh, next quarter. Social
quarter,
and
you guys,
math.
you guys on the quarter system.
Would you? How about you? What do you got?
Currently, I live in Athabasca, hot sauce land in London, Japan, Tokyo, and
Right.
we have 0 cases of COVID.
Okay, but what are your classes?
Okay, so I'm currently taking LA virtually because I did very bad in person LA, and virtual LA is kind of takes off the amount of load I have in LA usually.
Yeah.
I am doing a photography, and because I needed a arts class,
So wait, you don't have a 4th semester, do you?
No, I just have 2 semesters. Semester 1, semester 2, no quarter system.
All right. Well,
Right.
I mean, me and Jiho both have spares, and
Right.
I mean, one of the things I plan to do with my spare, I've never had a spare, is I want to invest a lot in the JC channel. I want to start
GameStop. You want to invest in GameStop? Because I
Yeah,
think that's a good investment.
Yeah,
I
I
wanna-
also have 2
I wanna
spares. I also have 2 spares.
into making YouTube videos, like the podcast has been so slow since we planned to do like an episode a week, and it's been an episode a month at this rate.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense,
But
but I think we'll
we can do
we'll
about-
get better.
Like in
yeah, but
between that,
that's something like Isaac. I'm sure you and me are going to be like, we're going to have a lot of spare time next quarter. So
100%. It turns out
I
I actually have it spare in the afternoon too, so like I got a
me
bunch
too,
of time.
yeah, me too. So it's perfect. Yeah, I actually hope we can start getting like. I mean, not to like undermine what the others do for this, but you and I are mainly the ones who end up putting these episodes out.
In a way,
Right.
because like generally
the
when it
edit-
comes to like editing as well, I mainly do like the editing as well as like the finalization of
Right.
it, while you generally do like the thumbnails as well as help me edit. Like everyone else, like
Not
just occasionally
saying you
comes
do
in and helps us too.
All I'm saying is that I hope that we'll be able to increase the frequency of these episodes by quite a bit, because it's a lot of fun, and it's just satisfying to know, I guess, that we're creating a series, and there's no sign of it stopping either.
True.
So
Like
Yeah.
I definitely do see us like going through this for like a long time, or at least a decent amount of time. Because
Well,
like
yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It's
It's
just
like
us talking to each
just-
other.
it's like what we normally do either way. So like why not just put in a little extra effort?
I'd say we
Yeah, I mean,
little more-
every time
a
we
little
meet,
more
it's
effort.
basically a podcast and a half. Every time we meet each other, it's a podcast and a half.
a
Very
good
true,
one.
Yes.
actually.
And like it also
Yeah,
be fun,
so-
like especially like I guess with like the more time we have, at least me and Ronald have more time, and hopefully like you guys will also have more time as we're literally wrapping up our final classes.
Oh, years. Yep.
That
We're
like
finally gonna become adults.
yeah. It'd be nice so like we can like do more with again the channel as well. Like more than just doing podcasts, we could also do other stuff as well.
Yeah, like,
No, that's what I was
No.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if,
But,
like,
yeah. I'm gonna do some
would-
funny reaction content.
I need a new hobby, right? And it's either gonna be me finally starting my art, like making art and actually showing it to people, or it would be me like making videos, which I think sounds like a fun prospect, right?
But in reality, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
It
like,
is. Well,
you
it
need a
would be
topic,
really
you need to be
difficult.
consistent.
But like
Yeah.
it would be fun. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have pretty ambitious plans for this channel right now. Who knows if it'll ever end up turning? But I think like give it like 2 or 3 weeks from now. How long is left in this quarter? 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
No.
No, more than that. No, 4.
A little
4
the
weeks.
27th, the 21st or 27th, I can't remember, but like
I think it's the 20.
it's definitely the third week.
Then
It's
it-
definitely the third week. So again, there's like about 3 weeks left.
Okay, yeah. So 3 weeks from now, or maybe even a little sooner, I think we can start picking things up a little bit. And another thing I'm kind of hoping for is that we might start our fabled podcast, or sorry, not pod, our fabled Let's Play series, the
Yes.
Jaheim cast. I think that'll be fun. Like they're not going to be very good or anything, but
They will be
if
something.
we can't play a
Good
game in
stuff.
person
Yeah.
with each other, we might as well. I don't know,
Game online.
Those are just my
Yeah.
thoughts going forward for what we can do with this. And
I currently also. Oh yeah, I was kind of cut off whilst describing my school life, but I have LA virtually
you know what?
photography.
If you've listened through the first 3 episodes and all of the 4th until now, the Jaheim Cast podcast sincerely thanks you as a viewer.
Yeah.
Listener. Listener.
Yeah.
Listener. Okay. I actually hate it when
Listen-
podcasts call their listeners viewers.
So what are our viewers? What we got to think of a name?
We don't have viewers.
Jaheim fam. The Jaheim
Alright.
fam.
The Jaheim clan.
No.
Let us know what you guys want to be
Oh.
called.
I think we have a simple name for them. One that's already kind of close to home. Chodes.
Fucks.
The chodes. Yeah.
Chodes.
You guys.
Well,
Listen,
loyal
if you
viewer,
want
watching
to-
right now, you are a chode.
You are a cuck.
Wait,
Sorry,
no.
chode.
We're gonna have to cut that out. Actually.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so our viewers will henceforth be known as chodes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you-
Welcome.
Wait,
Welcome home.
are you
chode.
sure that's what we're going with?
Yep.
Chodes. Okay.
Welcome home, Chodes. I hope you are enjoying our amazing voices.
Wait, guys, where did Desmond go?
Who?
Who?
The
What?
fuck is Desmond?
What's a Desmond?
Alright.